Hello all, and welcome to this video. My name is Anderson, and I am a fan of a lot of things. And there is nothing I love more than a crossover. So today I thought it would be fun to give the cast of Hoodwinked 2005 their very own Dungeons & Dragons classes. Now, just a couple things up top. Number one, spoilers. Obviously. Number two, I did not know that there was a sequel until I was halfway done writing the script. I haven't seen it, and it has informed none of my opinions. Number three, in this universe, singing does not automatically make you a bard, because like half the characters just turn around and randomly start singing about their plights. I honestly didn't even remember it was a musical until I was rewatching. And last up is, I am always right. Let's begin. Starting with Red. Our first introduction to Little Red is her making her way through the forest that she no doubt has a connection to, as well as all the forest creatures who live there. Which initially led me to think Druid, especially because she has the spell Conjure Animals, as we see birds fluttering in to help her along her way and also get her out of trouble later. But another thing we are shown about Red early on is that she has an extensive martial arts background, which points me to believe Little Red Riding Hood is a ranger. Now, when researching for this video, I actually came across a subclass that I had never heard of before, and I think it fits perfectly. It is actually called the Swarm Keeper Ranger, and one of the base suggestions for your swarm is literally called Fluttering Birds. This subclass is found in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. And just a side note, if anybody wants to purchase and send me a hard copy of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, I'll just go ahead and put my address on the screen right now. Also worth it to add, I think that Little Red's hood is a magical weapon that acts as light armor. Next up is the Big Bad Wolf, who we learn is so committed to getting his story that he would go anywhere, say anything. He's versatile. And a master of disguise. Except when he was dressed up as Granny, but I think in that scenario he was already rolling with disadvantage. We see the wolf, whose name is canonically Wolf W. Wolf, just by the way. He's connected. He's got informants out in the field. And yes, that was a sheep joke. He's sneaking around. He's passing deception checks. He's collecting information. An inquisitive rogue. As for his partner Twitchy, he's an artificer. He's high-strung. He's causing explosions. He's always tinkering with his gadgets. Enough said. Moving right along to Granny Pucket. Granny was a tough one for me to figure out. Dexterity is definitely her main modifier, and we see her more than willing to throw down when it comes to combat. So initially I was thinking fighter, but none of the fighter subclasses really stuck out to me for her, so in continuing my deductions I remembered that her deception score is probably really high, as well as her stealth. I imagine it would have to be in order to hide an entire second life of chasing adrenaline through extreme sports, not only from your family, but also from the people of the town you live in which you are famous for your sweets empire. They make merch of her face. I think Granny Pucket is a swashbuckling rogue. I also know that she has the improvised weapon feat. I just don't know how. Next up is the Woodsman, who is a bard through and through. He has a part-time job where he sings to the children of the forest to convince them to buy more schnitzel. Now I know what I said up top. Singing in this world does not automatically make you a bard. But he also yodels. No, but really, he's a struggling actor who wants nothing more than his yodeling group to go back on tour. He's a bard. Boingo. Heavy on deception and dexterity, and with a bonus to intelligence as well. The way he moved everyone around the chessboard like pawns tells me there is only one answer to what this bunny could be. Boingo is a mastermind rogue. Also, I would claim that he is at least 13th level, because I'm pretty sure in the movie there's a point where he, moves out of the way, or he moves somebody into his way and they take a punch instead of him, which is the Misdirection feat. Nicky Flippers is an inquisitive rogue. Easy. Proficiency in investigation and perception, with an expertise in performance. Also, just a side note about his dog. We see the dog typing as if he's taking notes, or being a court stenographer, maybe taking minutes or something. But the dog also does not speak and walks on a leash. But none of the other animals in the world. I was just thinking we might have some unexplained goofy Pluto situation going on. And last but certainly not least, Japheth the goat. I considered Artificer due to the utility of all of his horns, but ultimately I think we can chalk that up to a tool proficiency. He also is fairly handy when it comes to navigating the mines, but I am going to read that as sort of a jack-of-all-trades feat. Now, going back to what I've set up previously, I don't think he's a bard just because he sings everything he says. But the fact that he does so because he was cursed by a witch is classic bard hijinks. And that brings us to the end of my list. Let me know if you liked it, and if you agree with me. And if you didn't, I give you permission to start a fight in the comments. Also, feel free to leave me a comment about what you think I should sort next. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Nicky Flipper. Nicky... Honestly, hilarious name. Period.